Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the Freedom Summit. I am so excited about this series. As you know, I have my whole journey, my whole life has been one trial after another, but through the help of God, I've been able to turn those trials into treasures. So I wanted to extend those things and reach out to some experts that are doing the same, some experts in this field, some up and coming entrepreneurs that have really learned to turn their trials into treasures. So in this Freedom Summit, we are going to be talking about how to release our past so we can live the life of our dreams. This expert that I have is near and dear to my heart. Not only is she family, but she is just a wonderful woman. She is currently in her master's program for psychology, and she is moving on. She has big plans to complete her PsyD to become a psychologist. I mean, we need more women, more African-American women in this field. So I am so excited about that. And then doing all this, on top of all this, this woman, this beautiful woman that's sitting before you is a mother of 7, not 1, not 2, but 7. So she is living her dream. She is doing all this and a wife and a mother, and she takes care of her home, takes care of her children. And I am just so pleased and honored. I know a lot of times as women, we feel like when we have kids or when we have a husband that we're not able to pursue our dreams. I wanted to bring her on so she can show you that it is possible. You can pursue your dreams, be a woman, be a mother, be a wife, be a Black woman, and still go for your goals. I know that she has some things in her history that could have limited her, but she has pushed through. So with that, I want you all to welcome Danielle to the summit. Thank you so much.
Hello. What a welcome. Thank you.
Welcome. Danielle, tell us.
It feels so good.
Oh, good. Tell us a little bit more about you. So I work with women that are going through some type of transition in their lives. And I just want you to share a little bit of your story. Share what brought you to go into the field of psychology.
Well, as you've mentioned, I have 7 kids. I started off really young. I had my first son at 15 on my 15th birthday. Wow. And I grew up in a family where we didn't have people who were able to talk to us and explain to us why we do the things we do as children, teenagers, and adults, but we flow with it, and we become what we see. So psychology is more, everybody knows it's the study of the mind. And if you don't, you study the mind, which leads to thoughts and behaviors and patterns and actions. And I've always been interested in this because my search was always, why am I the way that I am? And then once I realized why I was the way I was, it led me to why is my family the way they are? That led me to why are people the way they are? So it's interesting.
Wow. So you had your first child at 15. That
Yes.
alone, there's many women with that story, and they allow that to stop them. Why did that stop you?
It didn't stop me because, we're all created with a fight or flight mentality. And I've always been a fighter. So no matter what happens in my life, I'm always going to go back to the beginning, to that gift that God gave me to just keep going, because I know what it is that I want in my life. Apart from us having children and being married, we still have to remember who we are. There's so many times that I'm told that I need to make time for myself, but people think that I don't make time for myself because I don't hang out, I don't club, I don't party. But I am making time for myself. I'm making time for myself by getting educated. I'm 29. I want to be a doctor by the time I'm 34, 35 years old. So that's me making my time for myself. But you have to have that confidence in yourself that you're going to continue on and be the best that you can be. If you don't have that, then you're alone and you're not going to pursue your goals.
Absolutely. You are definitely on a track. You were on the path to complete that. And it just really makes my heart smile. It makes me proud to say that I know you because I've seen your journey. I've seen how, where you started and where you're going. And I just want to encourage you to continue to go, because there are people looking at you and are, aspiring to do exactly what you're doing. So as far as your up and coming business, tell us a little bit about that, and what is pushing you to do the things, because I know that you also do things in the community. You have community gatherings, you have things that you are trying to organize the community. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I started off basically because I do have 7 kids. A lot of things that are out there for our children are very expensive. And then when you do have community events, they do give you deals, but with 7 kids, it's breaking my pocket. So I said, hey, why don't I start making community, putting together community events. And it's a way for me to keep my kids out of the streets and other people's kids out of the streets. So I do host annual events all throughout the year. One of my famous ones is my water balloon day, my art appreciation day, my spooky stories, and it's all free. Nobody has to pay for anything, just show up. Wow. I also do spiritual coaching, and it's pro bono. I don't charge for anything, because I feel that there's not enough people that we can talk to in confidence and who are basically not biased to what we're speaking about, and we don't have that. Of course, I do want to be a psychologist. I will charge, but right now I don't feel that it's needed, because we all need to help each other grow. If I didn't have you to talk to for free, I wouldn't have been where I am right now. When I was growing up, I was able to talk to you all the time. I looked up to you. So, and you helped me just by listening. You didn't criticize me or anything. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm giving back, and it's paid forward.
Wow, that's inspiring. This week I've been really meditating on the thought of planting seeds, and so often what we do when we do it for free, we use the title free, but in reality, nothing's truly free. And so
right.
You're getting paid, because you're getting the experience, you're getting the community awareness, you're getting the reach out to people, to get your name out there. So often we plant these seeds, and then in due season we reap our harvest. And so I want to encourage you to continue. And I also want to encourage the listeners, because so often we want to skip steps, right? So we want to go from crawling to running. And it takes
immediately.
Go through, and a lot of times, when I started out, a lot of my services were free. I had to, until I could be a legitimate person that people could see as a reliable.
Yes, building a character.
Exactly. So I want to encourage you to continue to go on. With this summit, one of the topic that I really wanted to focus on is self-love. So tell me more about, first of all, tell me more about your passion. What is the thing besides your babies, besides your husband? What is the thing that either keeps you up at night or wakes you up early in the morning that I know for me, it's my speaking and it's my coaching. I dream about it. I try to push it to the side sometimes and say, I'm not going to do this anymore. And I'm dreaming about it. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm watching a movie and I'm seeing, everybody else. For everybody else, but for me, I'm like, oh my God, that movie is talking to me, right? So tell me more about your passion. What is that thing that keeps you up at night, that wakes you up in the middle of the night?
Ooh, oh my gosh, I write about my dreams all the time. Oh my gosh, my passion is spiritual enlightenment. I am on a quest, basically just elevating. My brother asked me a question, what is your purpose? And I really had to sit down and think about that for months. It didn't take days and weeks. I mean, I sat down and thought about it for months. And my purpose is to learn everything from everybody. You can learn something from children, from people who are down and out, from rich people, from people we barely even think to pay attention to, even ourselves, within, like we go within and we meditate, as you mentioned, and we're given this gift of insight on everything in the world, and that brings me peace. So with spiritual enlightenment and learning, it all leads to peace. And that is my passion right there.
Awesome. That, so many people, the women that I coach, I ask them, I have a form that they have to fill out before we start. and I ask them, what is their goal? And it's always happiness and peace. People are on this quest for peace. And I love that's your passion, is to help people find that peace. And oftentimes what gives one peace, what gives me peace may not be what gives another peace. And,
yes.
Right. And I love how you said you have a non-biased approach, because that's what people are looking for. That's what people need. They need someone that listens with their heart and not with their mind and not with their judgment.
Trying to overanalyze everything. No, for some reason, we've become disconnected with our spirits. And see, when we think of spirit, we think of self, but spirit is all in all. It's everything. The spirit in creation, the spirit in you, the spirit in me, the spirit in the energies basically that flow in everything in life. And we have to know how to connect with that. Once we connect with it, we're connected with all in all. And, it's just that ethereal bliss that everybody is looking for. They can't put a name to it, but that's what it is. It's ethereal bliss. Yeah. That coming together with the trees and, the smiles and the love and everything that was created for enjoyment is peace,
Absolutely. But so good. Another question I wanted to ask you. So I know, going through some of the hardships that I've gone through, it really took me to love myself in order to get through my past, right? So I too was a teen mother. I had those challenges, and I could have easily stopped and gotten stuck, but I have always been on a journey of self-love and self-acceptance. Tell me, how important do you think those two things are for you to live the life that you are currently living, as well as others to live the life that they dream of?
Oh my God, that is very important. Without self-love and knowledge, you are lost. I mean, you have to, we live in a world where everything is defined by what we see instead of what we feel. And I'm talking about that purity. You have to have self-love. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to love anybody else or anything that you do. You're not going to be able to accept yourself. So, a lot of people have to understand what self-love is. It's not what I look like or what my degree says. It's about you accepting yourself. If you can't accept yourself for who you are apart from your family and what your family taught you, teachers have taught you about yourself, friends express to you about yourself, neighbors, strangers, the media, all these things, you have to eliminate all that. If you don't eliminate it, then you can't define yourself. So that's my thing on self-love. You just have to, that's mandatory. The way you wake up and breathe every day in your sleep and you have to have it. It's a must.
I'm currently doing a spiritual fast to rid myself of, you said about how society defines us, our family defines us, all these. And then what happens is when we allow those entities to define us, we get into this comparison, so we compare our journey with someone else's journey, and we compare our life with someone else's life. And I'm learning, and not only do we compare, but we also judge, so we may look at another person and think, well, I'm way more versed than them. I'm smarter than them. Why are they on this level and I'm where I'm at? And I'm actually, this entire week, my goal is I'm subjecting my body to no food, to just, liquids, to really.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm on the same quest.
Because you get to a certain level, and I can look at myself and I love myself and all that good stuff, but then I can still see where ego creeps in, right? And then we start to compare.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I was just speaking to someone about ego the other day, and that is our biggest downfall, because we do not know how to eliminate that. In everything we do, we have to have this macho attitude. Even as women, we have to have this macho, masculine attitude towards everything. It doesn't matter, from our shoes to our clothes to the way we talk, like you said, our careers, the way our hair is, our makeup, who's with who, and it's too much. It's a headache. You have to just stop. At the end of it all, it's like, just breathe.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine told me one time, he said, Those 4 letters, just. That's all you need is just.
Wow.
And it makes sense.
That gives me chills. That's good stuff. So Danielle, a lot of people would have attempted to label you a teen mom.
Oh, they have.
Right? And sometimes we allow those labels to keep us stuck. So in your words, how important is it to, first of all, remove the labels, and then also relinquish your past, move from your past? How important is that in order for you to continue on with your degree, in order for you to build your brand, to build your business? How important is it to remove your past and allow your past to stay where it's at in the past? How important is that?
Well, before I can answer that, I have to say that I'm not eliminated from actually going through it, because I know the things that happened to me in my past are different from everybody else's, but it actually took for me to be broken. I'm talking about shattered completely in order for me to be able to see myself and love myself and accept myself. It's not an easy walk. I had to get to a point where I was reading the Bible one time when I was religious, and 2 words, I am. I live by that every single day. I consider myself, I am. I am God. I am the one. I am the creator. I create my reality. And if I don't live by I am, then I live by someone else's identity of myself. So we have to understand as people that we're not immune to attacks daily. But when we set out on a quest and we train our minds, because we have to train our minds to believe that we are all in all, then we will be able to come out of whatever it is that someone's holding us to. So, that's the way I do it. I have to say I am every day. Like, it's not that I say it and it's magically gone. I have to tell myself every single day, I am whatever I put at the end of that. I'm beautiful, I'm talented, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm funny, I'm giggly, all these positive things about myself. And then when I walk outside, I can display that to the world.
Yes. It's so, people ask me, how did I become this? And I always tell them, I haven't become, I'm becoming, right? Every single day.
Every day.
I'm becoming. Every single day, it's a challenge. And I, like you, I am. Those words are so powerful. And I've learned, not to allow the labels, the I ams that others try to put on me, because I'm a believer that there's life and death in the power of our tongue. So other people trying to say on us, and we, the things that we say. So I don't even say, my kids are bad, or I don't say any of those things, right?
You cannot label. Yeah, you cannot put negativity out there, because everything is vibration. I'm not going to really get into that. People that can kind of study up on it. I'm not well versed in it. I just know what I know. But everything has vibrations, and when you send it out, it rings into the body or into whatever part of creation is out there, and it begins to manifest itself. So if you're manifesting negativity, that's all you're going to attract. Laws of attraction. Yeah. If you're manifesting, if you're speaking positivity, which is the vibration again, it's going to manifest positive things. So you have to work on that daily. If you don't, then you're going to find yourself 2 months later, like, how did I get right back to this angry state? Or, just so pissed off that I'm arguing with everybody. What's going on? It's because you failed to practice what it is that you're supposed to be teaching to the world. We're all used to display positivity. Not everybody does it. We know this, but you individually have to take ownership of what you're doing and what you're putting out into the world. Although we might not be the next Marcus Garvey or Malcolm X, we're still going down in history to somebody, whether it's one person, 10 people, 100 people. It does not matter. Somebody's watching us that we least expect to be paying attention to us, and so we have to live like that and always remember that.
Oh my God. I call them spirit bumps now. And I just got spirit bumps all over because I often tell myself, you know, I never know who that person is that I'm inspiring. I don't know what they're going to do. And so many of us are looking for the big stage. You know, we're looking for our,
oh my gosh.
right? So we're looking to be the next Martin Luther King, the next Marcus Garvey. And sometimes, what if, you know, that one student that I reached, that one woman that I coached, what if she becomes the next Rosa Parks? Yes. What if she becomes this person? I'm connected to that. So now I have, so again, that also is related to leaving our past, because so many of us, we have a thought process of what we should be. And sometimes we have to let just be, in every moment, just
let
be.
It go. yes.
Oh man, this is so good. This is so good. So for our audience, you know, one of the things as a coach, one of the things I do, because I feel that a lot of coaches, sometimes, you know, they sugarcoat things and they don't give us, like you said earlier, they don't give us steps to take, you know, or if they do, they want to charge you an arm and a leg to do it. And
God, yes.
I want to know, what are 3 things that you can give to our audience today that would help them step into their passion and remove the limits, remove the labels, and start living the life of their dreams, to really start loving themselves? What are 3 things that people can start doing today, they can take action on today?
I want to say confidence is one, goal-oriented, and knowledge of self. The reason why I say confidence is because it's the basis for everything in life. Like, you have to have confidence in order to go out and become who you're supposed to be. If you don't have confidence, if you don't believe in yourself and know that you can do whatever it is that you want to do, then you're going to stay stuck. I call it gutter minded. You know what I mean? We hear the word hood rat, but it's like, you really think about that word. It's somebody who's stuck in the gutter mentally. You know what I mean? And so that's basically how I look at it. Goal-oriented. I want to say you have to have steps, like you know, we're talking about steps. You have to create steps for yourself. You have to say, okay, this is what I want to do. So how do I get there? And realistic steps, not, okay, I'm going to go to school for 4 years, and then after I'm done with my bachelor's degree, I'm going to go open up a clinic and I'm going to teach people. No. There's steps still. You still have to have, you have to be goal-oriented and create, okay, from beginning to end. And what I like to do is I like to write out my goals every 6 months, put it in an envelope, put it on top of my closet, not look at it until the date that the envelope says, open it up, and I have between like 10 and 20 goals. I'm telling you, like, seriously, with steps. If I complete 8 of them, I treat myself to something. 8 out of 15 is good. 8 out of 20 is good, because I remember to tell myself every day that this is what I have to do to get here. And the other ones that I didn't complete, I look at it and I say, okay, why didn't I do these? Why couldn't I finish that? And if it was because it was unrealistic, I cross it off. And if it's realistic, I put it in again in my other envelope to seal up for another 6 months. I said knowledge of self. We spoke a little about meditation earlier. That is the only way you will honestly get to know yourself, is to sit alone, be still, and just listen to your inner self. It's your Ori, you know what I mean? Once you come in tune with your Ori, then it speaks to you. It's not like, how do I say it? It's not, I mean, basically what I'm saying is you have to get still. You have to allow all those negative thoughts to run out of your mind. It takes, practice in order to do that, but you have to just sit down, let these negative thoughts just keep flowing, and then automatically you'll hear silence. And then once you get past that silence, you'll hear this voice, and that voice is your Ori. It's your inner self, your inner being, your inner God. And it starts to speak to you and nurture you like a mother. I mean, as babies, and as mothers, we have our children, we speak to them in this low tone, and it's so embracing to hear this voice, from our children's perspective and our perspective when we were babies. And it tells us, everything that we need to know about ourselves, that love that we're searching for, who we are in absolute. And once we figure all that out, then I think that everything else will manifest itself. You gotta forgive me, girl. There's a fly bugging me.
No worries, no worries. We are, for those of you that may not be in California, we are in California and we are enjoying.
Yes.
It's actually not as hot as it's been, so I understand. I'm not saying as well. We're enjoying a little bit of a cooler day in California.
Yes.
So, oh my God, those were so good, so good. You know, confidence. You have to believe in yourself. You have to. If you don't, how can anybody else believe in you, right? If you don't believe in yourself.
Exactly.
It starts with that confidence, and then actually taking steps, writing those steps down. I love that. I am a envelope person. I tell my clients to do envelopes. That's one I haven't done, and so I am going to add that to my list of things to do.
Oh, you will love it when you start to see the stuff that you spoke 6 months. You be like, oh my God, I said this 6 months ago, or a year, like however long you want to give yourself. If I could do cartwheels, I would. I love it. I love
one of the things that you said that I really appreciate and I resonate with is sometimes we're not going to complete them all, but that doesn't mean we give up. That doesn't mean that we harp on ourselves. We just say, okay, we reevaluate. And then the other thing is celebrating. We don't celebrate the good. We don't celebrate when we have completed something. I teach my clients to celebrate the small things. Everything that you have done, celebrate that. Celebrate it. So that was so good. And then go ahead.
Oh, I think it's because, growing up, we're told not to be boastful or prideful about our accomplishments. We're always supposed to, act like they didn't happen. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have to reprogram that thought. If you can celebrate somebody else, why is it bad to celebrate yourself?
Right, so. Absolutely. And then lastly, that self-knowing, really getting quiet. So many people, they have this thought that meditation is, what they have these labels that they think that it is. Yes. And it's nothing but like you said, getting quiet, even those that prescribe to prayer. And I have a whole morning ritual. If I'm going to pray,
meditation.
You got to meditate. They go hand in hand, prayer and meditation go hand in hand. Because I can't sit and pray and talk and then not be able to hear. So you have to hear.
Exactly, because you won't get your answer. Yes.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, Danielle, this has been an amazing time with you. You are a woman that is on the rise. You are full of knowledge. You are full of inspiration. And I want to know, how can the audience reach out to you? Tell us some ways that we can get in contact with you. Tell us anything that you have up and coming. Tell us how can we support you?
Okay, I just finished a book called I Am, the Book of Being, sorry. I gathered a few brothers and sisters together so that we can talk about how life's journey is. I don't want to give away too much, but it's being published right now. So you guys look out for that. I Am, the Book of Being. Also, you can get in touch with me, email, Facebook, or phone number. My email is singerdeanna15@gmail.com. My Facebook name is Deanna Burst Heavenly.sensation, and my phone number is 951-464-2142. I had to think about that. 464-2142.
Perfect. And I will have all her contact information in the email that is below this link. You'll have all of her information so you can reach out to her. We want to support you. We want to continue to push you towards your greatness. So if there's anything that the community can do to support you, don't be afraid to reach out. And you all, I want you to follow her. I want you guys to email her your questions and let's uplift one another. It's truly within collaboration that we all grow. So we need to stay connected. Thank you so much, Danielle. Any closing words, closing thoughts?
You know what? My closing words, one love, one voice.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.